Hi everyone, I'm Jen. All right, I don't know. I have so many thoughts about St. Francis of Assisi. This is a wood carving that I got when I visited the city of Assisi or town in Italy. But there's so much to talk about. Is when I visited Europe, I did grow up in Europe and Asia, and then came back to the States when I was 10. And but when I went back to visit my mom's side of the family in Europe, I feel like I visited another reality. Those of us in the Mandela effect community got freaked out at the shoehorned build. What is it called? Oh, I cannot think of that big bird, but people were freaked out about it. And as a kid, when I was in Europe, I had seen those. But the floating or hovering lawnmower. My opa, my grandfather, owned one of those. So I'd never seen one in the States, but I feel like I went through a portal when I entered a plane. Jason Maggard, maybe you can look into that, our planes portals. But I went from, seemingly one reality to another. And of course, there's culture differences or whatever, but with the Mandela effect, for nobody that I know of had seen the lawnmower or that oh, I can't think of the the bird. It's the bird that carries babies. The stork. I think it's called the stork. Anyhow, so it made me think about when I went to visit Assisi as an adult in 2008, maybe. And the definition of who this man was different there. So I did not look it up. I don't know what his definition is of here, but from my experience, he was known, hope maybe is, I don't know, was known as the man who was a lover and unconditional kindness and love for animals. And I have a specific memory tied to this because my father loved animals. And um, when he was in a hospital in a coma, he was in St. Francis Hospital, and I did not know when the plug was going to be pulled, and I was several states away, and um, it turns out my family never called me when the plug was going to be pulled. I had asked them to call me so I could be with him in spirit, but never got the call. Whatever. It's okay. I love you guys. But as the TV was on in the background, it turns out at the very same time that my father's plug was pulled, the line on the TV said he's in St. Francis Hospital. And so I looked at the clock, and it turns out that it was the same time that my father's plug was pulled. So at the time, I actually said, "Dad, is that you saying hi and bye?" And so, in a weird way, I got to be with them. So I have a connection with St. Francis. So when you know, I went and bought him because this represents my father. I'm not Catholic. I'm not religious. I'm sorry if that's a trigger for you one way or the other. Um, my intention here is just for us to think about. I feel one of my theories is that everything is just energy and it just vibrates at a certain frequency. And so the Europe frequency was different, and they are spoon fed or the matrix programmed or socially taught, whatever word you want to use, or some families, everyone in any family, you've got the Stockholm syndrome going on, to put it bluntly, but, and most go under the guise of lovingly leading you. And the thing is, it's all from each person's point of view, right? Each group's point of view, whether it's a family, a teacher, a government, a church, or whatever. So it made me think about him. He, here in the Americas, is taught as the lover of animals. When I went to visit Assisi, the town in Italy where I got him from, He is known as the man who was wealthy and privileged, but was disgusted by how those in control allowed certain people like him to live in decadence while the rest of humanity suffered, because those in decadence were kind of stepping on their backs to get to where they were. And, it's kind of what's going on now if you look around us. I've been wealthy. I divorced a millionaire. We were penniless when we met. So, I've lived all cultures, and no, I don't get alimony. No, whatever. Someone just said that. I don't know who was that. But anyhow, um, this man left his life of leisure, his sugar-filled, silver spoon life to not just ride on the coattails of what society and those in control allowed. And in the end, he's known for bridging the gap between the people who were kind of disgusted by the leaders at the time, and then the leaders who were truly wanting to be kind. Anyhow, he helped bridge the gap. So, why are we here in the Americas not taught about this man? Is it because we don't want, because not we, but those in the know don't want this heroic story told, so that we might ourselves be like him and try to save the collective? I don't know. It just makes me wonder. So I'm talking about frequency, and the other thing is, okay, so I've talked about this. The thing is, my own statue, this has been in my belongings since 2008. It's 2018. My own statue has changed. For those who can see the anatomy changes, I will show you. Remember when our heads were more oval shaped? And this is a perfect example. It's an upside down teardrop now, where our heads, from those of us who remember, we are now turning into alien heads. And my own statue has changed. And look at his ears. They're turning into fairy ears, where the earlobes are down to the jawline now and are angled backwards, instead of up and down. If you think about Mr. Potato Head, that's closer to what it used to be. And, the top part of the upside down teardrop is huge. The top of the head, I know he's wearing a little thing, but, is flat, and it's just getting long in the back. Look at that. And then Texas Danny, I know you love the hands. So here you go. Look at the hands. They are definitely staying aligned to what the human body looks like now. And I apologize to the rest of you. Okay, okay. I'm Crayon, sorry. I was just showing the photos of the hands. So to describe what I'm seeing, I've shared this in other videos, is you cannot see it. Yeah, you can. The hand used to be centered over the wrist. So here it's no longer, the thumb is lower, the thumb is long, it's like a finger now. There's a lot more gap between the thumb and the pointer finger. The fingers themselves are longer. The knuckles in our hands are no longer at the base of our fingers, but they're somewhere in the back of our hand. Even the pinky, if you see there, is you see how the pinky side of the hand, that is just like a straight line over the wrist, and that's not how it used to be. It's almost now like a typewriter, the old-fashioned kind that you hit the return key and it slides over. That's what our hand has done. And so it's now a straight line. Oh gosh, there's so many changes, but anyhow, and of course the ears, look how huge they are now. We're just turning into little fairies. I always wanted to be a fairy. I'll go ahead and show you my ears too. I always wanted to be a fairy. So ears used to be lined up with the eyebrow. I'm pointing to my eyebrow and it's not lined up anymore. I've seen the changes. At first, um, the top of the ear was getting taller, but at the same time it was getting it was lowered because the earlobes now are by the jawline. You see that? And anyhow, this part, look at all the acreage here. Yes, acreage. And Dr. Oz, I know this is a repeat for some of you, but Dr. Oz did a TV show on myths where he said, no, the pinky finger, the only thing it's good for, the reason why we have it is that it's the only thing that can fit in our ear to clean our ear. At the time, I thought, surely that's not the reason why we have a pinky. I don't know. I just was made a snarky comment in my head. But I've been through timelines where first it was the ring finger could fit in there. Then it was the pointer finger. Then it was the middle finger. Then it was the thumb. Yes, our thumb can now fit in there. In fact, it can go in there and can even go up. It's not just going in. The amount of acreage here has changed. My own daughter, she used to have a whatever, the bar piercing that is up here, and it's now down here, which used to be the top of the ear. I did ask her about it, and she has a whole backstory that she wanted it lower. So whatever. I know she's aligned with this current reality, but everyone's got all this extra space up here now. And let me see. And then instead of being vertical, the top part is now angled backwards. So we're definitely looking more like fairies. And I'm just waiting for my wings to come. And here's my other one. So, okay, rambling, I know. I love you. It's just, what script are you listening to and what script is being kept away from you? Oh, one more thing. Yes, the shape of Italy has changed, and I remember it as a boot. Now the island is totally attached to the tip of the boot, and the boot is not a boot, it is a freaking stiletto, high heeled, and Italy's even got a sexy calf now. So whatever, even geography changes. And as an aside, I know several of you have joined my channel recently and have admitted that you do not see the Mandela effect changes. You're making my dream come true, because the Mandela effect thing is just a tip of the iceberg for some of us to awaken. And I know that you all are awakened in a different way and do not need to deal with this mind-blowing thing. The people that are not awakened but are willing to stay with this, you don't have to see it because you're already doing your job. My belief is that we're supposed to vibe high, and the higher we vibe, the higher we affect the people around us. And because of a vision I had in 2015, and then again the solar eclipse 2017, it was an intense vision. It's a heavy duty vision, and the solution was given to me, and it's so simple that I thought it was not doable, and it's to be love, not fake love, but to be love. Say love, think love, be love. Let me see, do love. There were 4 of them, and you can't fake it, which I've said this before, goes with even loving with your heart, which is sometimes called a prayer. You can begin to pray, or you can pretend to pray. Are you really feeling it? And those of you who are on my channel that I've spoken with, don't feel bad that you don't see the Mandela effect changes, because you're already doing it. You don't have to see it to know the bigger message. The Mandela effect is just the tip of one of many icebergs. So you're already being loverlies. And yes, loverlies is a word that I started back when I had the vision. And it's because, are you a Republican or Democrat? No, I'm a loverly. Are you male or female? No, I'm a loverly. Are you a dog or a cat? Are you a dog or a cat? despite the culture difference. No, they're loverlies. Are you affected by the Mandela effect or not? No, I'm a loverly. I love you guys. No matter which version you are, no matter who, no matter where we are, no matter when we are, no matter what strange creatures we are now are. Strange to me because that's not what we looked like before. I love you. You're not alone in this world we call our home. You and me, we got this. Let's gift life a kiss of bliss. If you want to love like the heavens above, just be love, just be love. Just say love with your heart and make it be true. Say love. Think love. Do love. Feel with love. I love you. I don't know why, but I feel it. Whatever you guys are feeling right now, I feel it. It's a good thing, right? We're all in harmony right now. Let's just sing together because I feel it. I can feel the different chords. You know, like the chords on a guitar. If you play them all at once, they're different, but they're still all playing together. So let's sing together. You're not alone in this world we call our home. You and me, we got this. Let's gift life a kiss of bliss. I love you. Let's return to being kindness to all. I love you.